call about what we should call it. And we were thinking, I'm originally calling it one of the early names of our band before Jonas Brothers.
This is how you guys remember it going down?
Yes.
I have a very different memory of this. We were talking about a bit for the podcast where people could call in and say, "Hey, Jonas." And then I wrote down on my little notepad, "Hey, Jonas," and offered it up as a potential title for the podcast. But thanks for remembering that, guys.
Listen to Hey Jonas on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Just listen. We don't care where you hear it.
Another podcast from some SNL late-night comedy guy, not quite, on Humor Me with Robert Smigel and friends. Me and hilarious guests from Bob Odenkirk to David Letterman help make you funnier. This week, my guests, SNL's Mikey Day and head writer Streeter Seidel, help an a cappella band with their between-songs banter.
Where does your group perform?
We do some retirement homes.
Those people are starving for banter. Listen to Humor Me with Robert Smigel and friends on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why is everyone obsessed with romance right now?
Like everyone.
Your coworker who, quote unquote, doesn't read is reading romance.
Your mom. Book talk. The entire internet.
I'm Sanjana Bhaskar.
I'm Tyler McCall.
And this is Radio 831, a romance podcast. The books, the tropes, the adaptations, the drama, the discourse.
And what all of it says about how we actually love, yearn, and obsess.
We're going to Wuthering Heights,
which, for the record, is not a romance novel.
And yet it has haunted the romance genre for 200 years.
We're getting into dark romance, age gaps, certain Russian hockey players,
and sentient objects in love, which is a thing.
That's the kind of conversation we're having every episode.
Listen to the Radio 831 podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This week on Crimeless, we're joined by our first ever guest. Sorry, our first ever human guest.
I don't think I could be in the same room with Shamrock the Parrot. I'd be too nervous.
That's right. The very funny Will Ferrell joins Rory Scovel and me, Josh Dean, for an episode dedicated to the many crimes committed by people also named Will Ferrell.
We called to his fellow officer for the nippers!
What are the nippers?
Very good question.
No, I was thinking, would that be a good name for like a salad dressing? Simple assault? And it's a play on words, salt? Yeah. Maybe not.
Simple. I say we invest and we see. There's only one way to know.
This did not amuse the cops.
By the way, normally the cops are amused, but this did not amuse the cops.
Will even comes clean about some of his own crimes.
I didn't get caught. You know why? If you don't want to be suspected of anything, you whistle as you walk.
Listen to Crimeless on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So the Apple II is the first big seller. It's a workhorse. It's Woz's invention. And so Steve kind of grows to resent it and is always working on whatever the other thing is going to be.
What's Steve not working on?
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
Yeah. Steve Jobs becomes obsessed with, because the Apple II also goes against all the things that he, all his innovations of it, being a closed system. It